Hi guys.
Hi.
I think we're ready. Are we waiting for anyone else?
No, we can start.
No, we can start? Okay, good. So as you probably saw today, we're actually going to do writing task 1 general. So just quick introduction. My name is Maciej Blazik. I have taught IELTS for almost 15 years. I'm one of the experts here in IELTS preparation. And just a quick, hi, are you coming to study with us? Come on down, don't be shy. Come into the front. Don't be shy, come sit down closer to us. Right? So good. So today we're going to do writing task 1 general. And everyone here is for IELTS general? Perfect, that's excellent. So we're going to talk about general task 1. So in any case, what are some successes for IELTS task 1? What do you need to do to succeed in IELTS task 1? Anybody? Has anyone ever done IELTS task 1 general? No? Okay. So what is IELTS task 1 general? What do you have to do? Any idea? Is it an essay? It's a letter, exactly. It's a letter, right? So your letter. And there are basically 3 keys to success. Yes, you have to write a letter, right? But the first key is to extend every bullet, right? And when I say extend, is give enough information, right? Necessary or accurate information for each of the bullet. And we're going to see a model question in just a moment. We're going to see a question. So we're going to extend every bullet in the question. 2, use appropriate tone. And I've talked about tone in other of my classes, but basically tone means being polite, being formal, being casual, right? The kind of voice that you use. Are you talking to a friend? Are you talking to someone you don't know? Is this a coworker, your boss? Right? A representative of a company? You must use a proper tone for the particular audience, right? And finally, use precise vocabulary. And this is one of the trickiest things, because actually using appropriate tone is also very, very tricky, but using precise or exact vocabulary, that's also very important. So those are the keys to success. So today we're going to look at a question, and today's question has to do with restaurants, okay, which is a really common theme in IELTS, right? It's about restaurants. And here's our model prompt. Last week, you and your friends went to a restaurant. However, you were not satisfied with the service and food you received. Okay? So in your letter, write a letter to the restaurant manager. Right? Do you know the restaurant manager? No, probably not. Right? In your letter, explain the problem with the service, explain why you did not like the food, and ask the manager to solve your problem. Right? Those are the things you need to do. Now again, we don't know the manager, right? So the first thing we need to think is about tone. Are we going to be friendly?
Yes.
Maybe. I mean, but you're writing to a manager. I mean, you shouldn't be angry, right? But being friendly is like, hi, I went to your restaurant and the food was bad. It sucked, you know. A little bit, that's not really appropriate, you know. You're not going to get the result that you want. I mean, in reality, put yourself in this position. You went to a restaurant, the food was awful, the service was awful, you just spent a lot of money. Ryan's like, hi, how you doing? Yeah, your food really sucked. Right? Maybe inappropriate. On the other hand, being angry, right, and rude would also be inappropriate. You're not going to get anything done, right? Being too polite, would you please help me out? Because your food, really, I'm so sorry to tell, that would also be inappropriate. So finding the right middle ground, right? Using proper tone. So we're going to look at how to extend each of these bullets. Right? And the first bullet that we really need to explain is explain the problem of the service. right? So first of all, let's talk about service. What are the qualities of a good server, right? Because when you think about service, it comes from the person that's actually bringing your food, right? The server. So guys, talk together. What are the qualities of a good server? Guys, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Guys, talk together quickly. What are the qualities of a good server? Quickly, guys. What is it?
Being polite, response to whatever they ask for.
Yeah.
Be patient. Yeah, be patient and just listen.
Oh, good. Patient. Right? You said responsive, yeah? Right? Anything else? Friendly. Yeah, sure, absolutely. Anything else? Yeah, and again, these are good words: patient, responsive, friendly, a little bit less. Remember that IELTS is looking for very specific vocabulary, right? So, you know, but basically we think about what a good server maybe should be very patient, right? Ought to be very friendly, right? Maybe he needs to be responsive. Maybe we could say even must be friendly or responsive, right? Now, just looking at these should, ought to, need to, must, these are all modals that we'll have to do, right? Now, which of these are the strongest and weakest advice? Guys, which of these are the strongest and weakest advice? Guys, talk together. These are all ways of using advice. Which of these are the strongest and weakest? Guys, talk together. Which is the strongest? Which is the weakest?
Should and shall probably the weakest.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. Should and ought to are fairly weak, right? Right. Needs to or must is, you know, a little bit of the weakest. Remember that in English, it's a little bit in conversation, especially. You know, it's like, oh, there's a new restaurant near your house. You must go there, right? It's not like you have to go. If you don't go to this restaurant, you will die, right? That's not gonna happen, right? Right? You must go to this restaurant. You should go to. But usually, should, ought to are the kind of weak, right? Okay. Alternatively, what are the qualities of a bad server? Right? Guys, talk together. What are the qualities of bad server? Guys, go ahead. Guys, talk together. What are the qualities of bad server?
Racist.
Racist.
Basically every opposite side of the patient, responsive and friendly.
You know, it's a really good point. What's your name?
Phoebe?
Phoebe, that's an excellent point. Absolutely, right? So a good server should not, for example, be racist, right? And the opposites of friendly. What's the opposite of friendly? Unfriendly. Okay, you can say unfriendly, unresponsive, and
impatient.
Impatient, right? Should not be impatient, right? Ought not to be, right? Rude, right? Ought not to be unfriendly, right? Must not. Right? And we usually use them in contractions, like you shouldn't, right? A good service person should be proactive. These are good words. Proactive. What does proactive mean? Anyone? Proactive? You know, active, right? Proactive means you act before someone tells you to do something. You see a situation, and the situation is finished, right? You're sitting at a restaurant, and oh, something fell, right? You're not going to raise your hand like, hey, can you give me a, here's your napkin already, right? It's good service, right? They shouldn't use their phones while they're working, right? Okay, we're just going to do a quick little game, just a quick little game here. Let's see how good your eyesight is. We're going to do an eye test, okay? English eye test. And I'm going to go ahead and a whole bunch of stuff is going to fly through the screen, and your job is to read it and say, they should do this, and no, they shouldn't do this. Okay? So it's a double challenge. Are you ready? Let's do the first one. Oh, that was fast, right?
Dress clean.
Dress clean. Should or shouldn't?
They should.
They should. Oh, there we go. Phoebe's got it. Phoebe's got it. Guys, you got a hard work job to do, right? Guys, okay, here we go. Second one. Oh, that was a fast one. Okay, let's try again.
Treat our customer the same way.
Yes, true. Oh, wow, Phoebe's got it. Treat this customer. Right? Should or shouldn't?
They should.
They should, right? Of course, they should treat customers the same way, right? Okay, here we go. Someone in the back. Here we go.
Ask for a tip.
You got it. What is it?
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't ask for a tip, right? That's rude, right? Right? Yeah, it's important to give a tip, right? You know, I went to a restaurant with a friend last weekend, and my friend is from a country where tipping is not a standard thing. Like in North America, you're supposed to tip, and she asked for service, and we were all happy. We asked for extra spicy sauce. How's the food? Everything's great. And she's like, I'm gonna pay for the bill because it's my, you know, my friend's birthday. We're like, okay, thank you, right? And then she paid for the bill, and suddenly I'm like, what happened? I'm like, how much did you tip? Oh, $4. How much was the bill? $80. And my friends had to walk out there in shame. Right? So it happens, right? But yeah, they shouldn't ask for a tip. Okay, that was a fast one.
Should empathize.
Empathize, right? Empathy. Empathize. Right? Feel what you're feeling, being in someone else's shoes. Right? You could have no empathy. Or have empathy. Right? Or lack of empathy.
Come late.
Come late. Okay, that was an easy one. Let's hear it.